This is for the women. This is for the women. This is for the women. This is for the men sitting down here. This is for both of you. This is for the women. This is for the women. This is Viva. Oh, Viva. Oh, Viva. Oh, Viva. 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 This is for the women. For them that have led in majesty, we celebrate you. For they that are leading in majesty right now, we salute you. For they that are not heard of, we appreciate you. And for they that died like heroines, we venerate you. Because this is for the women. You see, 3.3 million years ago, before Christ had I, a lineage, many like I stepped on this ground like you, stepped on this ground filled with the love of the Mother Nature. It was beautiful. Assimilating the Arabic princes our own, it was beautiful. This is for the women. When a strange man from a different land envied her geographical beauty and took it all by force, stripping her all her Malawi nature, all by force, she became the British East African Protectorate, all by force. Tormented by the cruelty in her kindness, Mama Wanjiku dispelled the notion of weakness and fought for what we have right now, our land. She restored her identity and became Kenya in 1920. Kenya, the place of glitter flame. Kenya, the place of white sports peace. Kenya, my motherland. Kenya. It was only meant to last for a bit. Kenya, the land of Mama Wanjiku's heart. Kenya, the land of Mama Wanjiku. Wanjiku, her children, men shielded in arms, her children, women shielded and shielding her children. Children swirled in sandy storms, the struggle for independence, the 55 years. Tears. Independence. This is for our women. The stories of our women for the past 2 decades that have been in the clutter, gutter. This is for our women. The 3,103 to be more precise numbers. Numbed the numbness of being shamed, detained, constrained. Raped, lost. This is for all the women whose identity has been tarnished by a splash of thuggery here and a squash of witchcraft there. This is for our women, those whose freedom was curtailed of them with a pound of detainment here and a squash of curfew there. These are the stories of Sarah Sarai and the 8,000 living at Kamiti back in the day. This is for our women, the women who were robbed of their homes. This is for your mother. This is for any person you call your mother. This is for our women. The women who had to go through culture clashes. The women whose the cocktail of indifference was served for them. The women like Shutune Wakiduke back in Kismayo, the women, like Mekatilili Wamwenza back in Kisii, the women. This is for 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 the women. If you believe in a woman saying Viva. This is for the women. Viva. This is for the women. Viva. This is for the women. Viva. 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 This is the story of our women. 1. Kitutu Prophetess Mora has General Northcote speared by Otenyo. He took words for ways to be paved. 2. Sietune Wakiduke has the British wedded off like evil spirits. It took a Kilumi dance for the winds to sway. 3. Mekatilili Wamwenza has women fight within this struggle. It took the Fisian Mokusheshe oaths for many to pay. 4. Who remembers Mudoni wa Wanjiru? Who remembers Mary Mudoni Wanjiru? Who remembers Mary Mudoni Wanjiru? The one who had to pull off her dress for Harry Thuku to be released. She was the first human rights activist to ever exist. So this is for our women. Shall we slow down a bit? I feel like I'm taking you through history. Shall we slow down? Let's applaud our women, guys. This is for our women. This is for the women. This is for the women. This is for the women. Viva. 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 This. Thank you for being such an amazing crowd. Back to number 6. Mary Wanjiru, the first field marshal. Viva. 7. Wamboe Otieno, the chief mobilizer. Viva. 8. Wamboe Wakanyari, the medicine woman. Mau Mau. Viva. 9. Aoko, the leader of the Legio Maria sect. Did you know? Viva. 10. Let's take a minute, everyone. Let's appreciate our heroines in silence. Silence. Think about your mother. Think about your sister. Think about the brother who supports you. Think about the father who gives you all. For all the leaders in your lives. This is for the women. The women who said enough was enough. The women who spoke about their forced labor. The women who talked about their luluations. The women who did not want us to go through slavery anymore. This is for our women. The women whose dignity was stripped off of them, but they still remained strong and firm. The women whose tongues were cut off from them, but they still spoke for us as loudly as they could. This is for our women. Call this revival. Call this the beginning of a new generation. Reminds me of Jemima Gashaga back at the Lekko Council. Reminds me of Priscilla Abuayo at the Lancaster Conference. Reminds me of who? Martha Karua for her presidential ambitions? Yes. Reminds me of Oriero Gomanduli, the late. of the NGO Council reminds me I cannot fail to mention Wangari Maathai people who won the Nobel Peace Prize. Yeah? Because this is for our women. This is for our women. Call this the revival. Call this the 55 years of struggle to independence. Call this the 58 years of living past independence. Call this Kenya as 3 years of age as we speak right now. This is for our women. 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 Thank you guys. Spontaneous.
This is for the women. This is for the women.
Hey,
So if
this is for the women. Hey, let's do this. This is for the women, guys. This is for the women.
Viva!
This is Viva. This is for the women. Viva. This is for the men too, man.
Viva!
Thank you for your
child.
support.
Just before you step down.
Yes.
Spontaneous.
Yes.
What has inspired you to do this piece?
I will be very honest. Manisa Mehetu.
All right.
The thing is, I was doing history on the people who fought for independence. And every time you check Google, which is beautiful, by the way, it lines up the amazing men who did the most, you know? But it's such a struggle to find the history for the women. And then I just thought, why not do a combination of all this and just have a piece to commemorate them?
All right.
Yeah.
Have you wrote a book? Or are you thinking of writing a book?
I am thinking of writing a book.
All right.
Yes.
Give us some blessing. Give us some blessing. The 16 days of activism.
Yes.
Against gender violence. What does it mean to you?
Okay. 16 days of violence, because it's the elimination of violence against women.
All right.
For me, it's a sense of liberation.
All right.
For me, it's the beginning for speaking for all the other women out there. I'm not saying that the men have not done the most. Guys, say this mama without you guys. You're giving me the support.
All right.
But I'm also acknowledging the fact that it's important for us to consider the women who've had to go through a lot of sexual violence to just get us through independence. A lot of women who've had to go through sex trafficking just to take care of their children back at home. So for me, the 16 days of activism is extra special for speaking against human rights violations.
Power to spontaneous.
Thank you.
Appreciate her.
Thank you so much.